Hello, friends, and welcome to Pour and Explore wine, food, and travel stories from around the world. I'm Nick Elliott, the Wine Guy. This is where we sip, savor, and wander through the world of wine, explore incredible food, and uncover the stories behind unforgettable destinations. Each week, you'll hear engaging conversations with wine pros, chefs, travelers, and fellow enthusiasts, plus educational episodes to help you sip smarter and explore deeper. So, grab a glass, pull up a chair, and let's pour, explore, and celebrate the good life. Let's dive in. All right. My guest today is someone who has lived more lives in one lifetime than most people could squeeze into three. She's a former Tennessee state representative, a real estate broker, and CEO of Just Homes Group in the Knoxville area. A children's book author, a podcast host, a world traveler, and as I discovered the moment we started talking, one of the most passionate advocates for her corner of the world that I've ever had the pleasure to sit down with. Julia Hurley was born and raised in East Tennessee, went to Maryville College, and has spent her career building things, businesses, community, legislative records, and now a pretty remarkable digital presence. You may know her from TikTok or Instagram, where she's out there living and sharing everything and all without apology. But here's what grabbed me about Julia for this show. She is someone who has traveled the world, seriously traveled it, and still comes home to Knoxville and says, "This is the place for me." And that is a story absolutely worth hearing. We're going to talk about East Tennessee in the way you probably haven't heard before: hidden restaurants, the geology of why the weather is the way it is, why the Great Smoky Mountains are the single most visited national park in the entire United States, and a little gold rush town in Australia that you're going to want to add to your list immediately. We'll also get into some lightning round fun. Julie is a Tempranillo drinker, heading to Tuscany for a Chianti tour. And of course, we talk about wine and a beautiful steak au poivre that she learned, a recipe that she learned from an Australian chef in Australia. So you know the range is absolutely real. I personally walked away from this conversation today with a notebook full of places to see, food to eat, wine to drink, and I'm even more excited about the trip that I'm planning to Australia next year with my family, and she's got me really pumped up for that. This is exactly the kind of conversation that Pour and Explore was made for. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a glass of Tempranillo, and welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. All right, Julia, thank you so very much for being on the show today. Welcome to Pour and Explore.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very excited to be here. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, most definitely. I appreciate you reaching out, and I'm excited to have this opportunity to speak with you. I really want to talk with you. Well, I want to talk with you about a lot of things. But one of the things that I love to focus on this show is talking about places throughout the world, really, but throughout our country is places that you may not have ever visited before. And I'm going to call you the expert of Eastern Tennessee, especially the town and the surrounding areas of Knoxville,
Mhm.
Tennessee. Tell me a little bit about this beautiful area of the country.
Well, I'm wearing the UT logo today, so go Vols.
Mhm.
So one super quick tidbit about Knoxville that people really don't know is that our area code is 865, and that spells VOL for Vols. And yeah, so the Knoxville, yes, that we of course we purchased that. We used to be 423, and then
Okay.
just this area bought 865 from whoever you buy a zip code from in the world, and they changed it to VOL. So we take college football extremely seriously here. So just so you know, whenever you're calling somebody from Knoxville and it's an 865 number, you are calling a true volunteer.
That's
So
amazing.
just a little something we add here, a little dash of
Yeah.
volunteer spirit. But yeah, Knoxville, Tennessee, as a whole, is a very eclectic space. So it's
Mhm.
very different. So East Tennessee is split into three grand divisions, which is why our state flag has 3 stars. West
Right.
Tennessee, which is I know this is hard to believe, very farmland. A lot of our farmland and agriculture comes from West Tennessee. And then Middle Tennessee is Middle Tennessee. That's where Nashville is. But it's so much more than
Mhm.
Nashville, right? It's our flattest area in the entire state. So we get a lot of temperamental weather in the area of Middle Tennessee. And then East Tennessee is protected by 2 mountain ranges, and this makes East
Mhm.
Tennessee coveted. So as you're coming in from the Nashville side, coming east, you'll have the Cumberland Mountain Plateau. And as soon as you come into the Cumberland Mountains, you can see them, you can't miss them, and you know you're in East Tennessee. And everything that's in between, we call that the Knoxville Valley, everything that's in
Mhm.
between. So Crossville all the way up to Cock County and everything between. That's the valley of East Tennessee. And then you have the Great Smoky Mountains on the other side protecting all of us in the valley.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's something that a lot of people don't understand the terrain and why people love it here so much. They move here, they never leave here. Families are born here, they never leave here. It is very weather friendly. We are very protected. So if there's a tornado or a massive storm coming in off the coast, it usually hits the mountain range. It either goes completely over us and over the other mountain range, or it dissipates before it even hits us. So when other people
Mhm.
get really bad weather or tornadoes come in from the Nashville side, it hits the Cumberland Mountains, Cumberland Plateau. We might get a little windy. We might get a little sprinkle of rain, but we're very protected here. It's a very mild climate, and we do get all 4 seasons, sometimes in one day, depending on where you are. So something fun. About real estate here, as I'm a real estate broker, is that our closets are massive
Mm.
in the houses that we sell. So people from up north and people from down south, when they move into our area, the first thing they comment on is how big our closet sizes are, because you have to keep your winter coats out nearly through the start of summer. Hey, you don't get a choice. You need your clothing for all 4 seasons, almost all 12 months. So your closets need to be huge because you're going to need that jacket, I promise. So like right now, it was 82 degrees out today. However, we got a little wind chill and it dropped down to about 70, which sounds beautiful, but a 12-degree change in two
Right.
hours, I need my sweatshirts. You got to keep your stuff out. Uh, so just little things like that about the East Tennessee region that make it so intricate and special and different, and
Absolutely.
exciting for people to visit.
Yeah, tell us about I'm sure there are some amazing attractions there, and I'm sure the food scene is just off the hook in its overall.
Well, Dollywood. I know everybody knows Dolly Parton. Okay, so
Right.
Tennessee's known for Tennessee whiskey, Dolly Parton, and Elvis Presley, and really all three of those things complete Tennessee. Elvis Presley was West Tennessee. Tennessee whiskey, which is Jack Daniels, is in Middle Tennessee, and Dolly Parton is from East Tennessee. So
Mhm.
I don't know anybody that hasn't at least heard of Dolly Parton and Dollywood,
Of
and
course.
that's very, very put us on the map. That really put us on the map. So Dollywood and Dolly Parton are really and truly Dolly Parton Library. Everything was founded here. Everything that she is capable of doing came right out of the Knoxville region, out of Sevier County. Um,
No.
Such a beautiful area. But yeah, Dollywood is probably our biggest attraction per se. Now, the Great Smoky Mountains are the #1 most visited national park in the United States.
Really? Wow.
Yes, yes. #1 most visited national park in the United States, right here in East Tennessee. And that makes us very special. And a 6-hour drive. This is a shocker. East Tennessee is a 6-hour drive, the Knoxville region portion. A 6-hour drive to nearly 70% of the entire population of the United States.
Hmm.
Get that. So the entire eastern seaboard can get here in about 6.5 hours.
Yeah, yeah, so
Right.
it makes it very convenient,
Very easy.
I I'm sure there's a couple of highways at least that run their way through east and west, north and south.
We got a few. We got 40 and 75 that meet right at Chattanooga, Nashville. So it's like if you're coming in for Chattanooga or coming in from Nashville, you're going to hit that coming into the Knoxville market. It's 40, 75. And then they're going to piece off to 275 that goes north up to Kentucky. And then 640 that will peel off and go east toward Bristol, which is upper East Tennessee, like past the mountain, on the top of the mountain. So we have a lot of intricate road systems. Again, one of the most traveled interstate sections and areas of the United States, which has a presence for, again, FBI, TBI, and a lot of police presence because of the amount of transportation that we have that hit our roads. Tennessee as a
Yeah, that
whole
makes sense.
touches 7 states. Yeah.
Right, right.
A lot of people use our roads.
Amazing. So people are coming in from all over the eastern seaboard and beyond. Besides Dollywood, give me a couple of must-see restaurants or attractions that they have to hit while they're either
Okay.
you're
I
passing
tell
through.
you. Okay, it just depends on what people now we had 3 restaurants. Now we haven't gotten a Michelin star yet, but we did yet. We have 3 restaurants that hit the guide, and that has never happened in our area before. So we are
Nice.
growing. We are growing. It is very exciting. One of them is called Potchke's Deli, and they make true New York bagels. They're perfection. They are perfection. You may as well just get on a plane and fly to New York and get a bagel. It's that good. And they make the bagel sandwiches, and everything is completely kosher. It is unbelievably delicious. They made the magazine. You can't get in. If they open at 11, you need to be there at 9:30.
Understood.
Get there. There are 2 locations. Unbelievable. And when you're there, buy every bagel you can because they're going to be gone. So good. Poshki's is amazing. And then, oh gosh, if I could remember the name of this one, I have been to this restaurant in downtown Knoxville 100 times, and I'm not going to try to remember the name off the top of my head, but they also made the guide. And we have a little hidden secret that's not really a secret anymore in Knoxville called Blackberry Farm. Are you familiar with Blackberry Farm?
I'm not, no.
Okay. So Blackberry Farm sits on a mountain, and it is a 5-star resort. Right. So we're talking, about $3,500 a night to stay. We're not playing up here. Right. It's very private. It's very secluded. It's beautiful. 5-star chefs. And a lot of those chefs will get their experience, stay a few years, fall in love with Knoxville, break off and start their own restaurant. And this is one of those restaurants. So a chef came and broke out on their own and has a restaurant downtown Knoxville that made the Michelin guide. And now you can't get in, but it is worth trying. It's worth scheduling ahead of time. I would say a new restaurant in Knoxville that just opened is called Mafi Ristorante. And it is authentic Italian, closed on Mondays and Tuesdays because we are still a small town. Our metropolitan area doesn't even have 1 million people yet. I mean, we are very small town, but secluded, 18 tables in the whole restaurant. If they're on a month waiting list. Delicious. Delicioso. You cannot get better. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So good. A lot of culture here. So I would say off of the offbeat, multiple opportunities to experience amazing food. And then there are local opportunities like in Maryville, Tennessee. And if you're from Maryville, Tennessee, and I went to Maryville College, and you're not from there, you call it Maryville. But if you're from here locally, it's Merville. So everything is VUL. So Knoxville, Severe Vole, Merville.
Yep.
Right. So know that when you come here. If you hear it, you know where you are. But Maryville has another break-off chef from Blackberry Farm. And I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head. The Walnut Kitchen.
Walnut Kitchen.
And they actually muddle black walnuts into their old fashions. They use black walnut in everything. And black walnut trees grow everywhere in East Tennessee. They're easy to get. And apparently it's one of the most expensive flavorings to purchase. They are very difficult to obtain. So we have them everywhere here, but the Walnut Kitchen in Maryville or Merville is one of my tops. I was there when it opened, and it's already changed hands again to another 5-star chef. Unbelievable results. So there are a lot of locally owned, eclectic places that you will only experience if you're here.
Yeah.
And it makes Knoxville so special.
Amazing, amazing. Let's change the topic a little bit from this beautiful local town of Knoxville and the greater region of East Tennessee, and move into more global. You love to travel.
I do.
Let's talk a little bit about some of your favorite places to visit around the world.
Well, Australia is still number one on my list. I tell people all the
Hmm.
time, people love to travel. They try to go to Europe because they can see a lot. There's multiple countries the size of our states. So you can
Yes.
say, oh, I've been to 13 countries, and you can do that in the span of a month. And that's awesome. I love that. Australia is a 24-hour flight from here, from
Yep.
where I'm at in Tennessee, right? So we have to go to Knoxville, Tennessee, to Atlanta, Georgia,
Hmm.
To LAX.
Right.
LAX to wherever you're going in Australia. There's 3 flights from LAX. You can go to 3 different cities. It
Right.
is 24 hours of travel to get to one country, one continent. And I recommend that people are there for a minimum of 4 weeks. Like, that is not a
Hmm.
2-week trip.
Yep.
Australia's continent, while a majority of it is unusable, unsafe, hole in the ozone layer, scorching hot, unusable space. It really is. You could boil an egg just opening it on your hand. Um, it's the same size as the United States of America,
Right.
land mass wise. So for you to travel it, it's the same as US. You have to do actual airlines. It's not puddle jumpers or trains, even though they have
Right.
mass public transit available. It still is not going to get you from, you know, Queensland all the way up to Cairns.
Right.
You're still going to fly. It's still going to be 4 or 5 hours. Okay. So on the flights. So it's the same landmass wise as the United States. And it is one of the cleanest, most well kept continents and countries I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
They take their wildlife preservation so seriously. They don't
Absolutely.
do straws. They don't do plastics. They don't do, oh gosh, what styrofoam? They refuse to allow styrofoam.
Mhm.
They do not do takeaway boxes at restaurants. They do not allow Monsanto in their food. They are so clean because if it ends up in their oceans, the wildlife in Australia matters more to Australians than Australians.
Mm.
They will protect their wildlife at all cost. So
Beautiful.
the food, the atmosphere, the experience, totally clean. People stay to themselves, but they're unbelievably friendly. And one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced from an American in Australia, which is hilarious, is in what is the little island below Tasmania? I was in Tasmania.
Tasmania, right? Mhm.
Tasmania, yes. Okay. So in Tasmania, this American moved to Tasmania and married a Tasmanian, and
Mhm.
then bought a side of a mountain that faces the ocean and has put a art museum 5 levels deep into this rock on the side of a mountain called the Mona.
Wow.
Look it up. Look it up. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Okay. She made international headline news in 2025 for framing a fake Picasso in her museum and allowing it as women's only private club and having young male shirtless waiters wait on the women who paid to be in this club, and men sued her for rights to get into the club. It made international headline news. And I thought to myself, my God, I have been there. I have seen this place. It makes total sense. This makes so much sense. But you have to go. It is worth a months-long trip just to go to the Mona at this point. Um, I'm telling you, some of them I have traveled and seen some of them most random stuff.
Yes.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, it certainly does, and that is the beauty of what one of the beautiful things about traveling is discovering those hidden gems, like the Mona in Tasmania, beautiful restaurants or museums in Europe, temples in Asia, or so on, places that you might not ever get to see again, things you've never heard of. My wife and I are, pardon me, right now in the process of planning a trip for next January to Australia, and
Oh
we're
my
very
gosh.
excited about it. Yes,
Please
and
go to the Mona.
we're talking about the possibility of maybe seeing New Zealand while we're over there as well. But we definitely want to focus for a month. So you're 100% right on the month of January, because our
Which
son
is
will be
their
out of
hottest month of
school.
the year.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
Well, I will say this.
But
If you have an opportunity, and again, a month feels like a long time, but even in the United States, I can't. I could. There's no way I could travel the U.S. in a month and see
oh,
anything.
of course, yeah.
Now that I know what's here, I've traveled, I think, 38 states of the 50. So
Right.
pretty well traveled here just at home. Um, but in Australia, there is a town, and I wish I could remember the name of this town, and you'll know it if you look it up by what I'm about to say. It is still the most active gold mining town in Australia.
No.
And they still have gold mines. You can tour the mines at your own risk. So they have massive holes that just sink because they still have not been able to map out when the gold rush happened, all of the hand dug
Sure.
gold plates. You can literally pick reeds out of the springs and shake it, and gold falls out. I have that. I
Oh,
had that experience. I have it on video.
fascinating.
It is amazing. Um, it is also the second largest home to the Chinese population
Hmm.
because so many Chinamen were shipped over to dig gold. So it is the
I
second
see. Got it.
largest celebrated Chinese culture in the world is in Australia, in this town in Australia. So that is worth a look. That is worth a tour. It is a 1 day situation. Town is very small. But that is worth
Right.
a trip to see the history, in my opinion. That's worth a trip. And then
100%.
obviously Cairns. If you skip Cairns, I don't know about January. I know we went in, oh gosh, I want to say it was maybe November. We took the whole month of November, so it was the start of Australian summer. We left Tasmania and flew to Cairns and worked our way back down. So Tasmania, it was, you're right on the southern equator. It's freezing. You're almost touching Antarctica. You're very cold. You go
Right.
straight to Cairns. I get off the plane and it's 112 degrees, 112 Fahrenheit degrees in Cairns, and that's in November. So I can only imagine how hot that's going to be in January. But I will say, I streamed tears after we did a snorkeling expedition with the Discovery Channel, which is located in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yes.
The Discovery Channel is housed in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we followed them over for a private tour. And they had 40 people on that boat, including their whole film crew. So there was 5 or 6 of us that actually snorkeled, and we were
Wow.
very far away from the tourists. Um,
Mhm.
and you cannot take enough. You can't take a picture of the color, the quality. You cannot see it in a photo. You can't see it in a fish tank. It doesn't exist. We stuck our little heads under the water, and you
Mhm.
can't dive. The coral reef is just 4 feet below. It looks like it's
Oh,
really far down, but it's right there. That coral, you can't stand up. It's right there. They do not want you touching
interesting.
it, obviously. It protects the
Obviously, yeah.
world, by the way, if nobody knows, against everything. If that coral
Yes.
reef is gone, we're gone. Um, so, but the colors of these fish were so vibrant that my brain could not fathom the color. It brought me to tears. We saw a turtle and I swam and I followed it. I was like, oh my God, this is such an experience. It literally makes you want to never eat plastics or touch plastics or contribute in any way to
Yeah.
hurt anything ever again. I mean, the beauty was unfathomable. It really
Wow.
truly was. So I hope you get to experience that.
Yeah, I hope we do as well. And for our listeners, obviously, this is an extraordinarily beautiful part of the world. It'll be my first time, and just hearing Julia talk about it, I'm very, very much looking forward to that trip for myself and my family next year. Let's switch things up one more time. I want to talk about some of the other fun things that you do. You've got a super fun social media presence on your TikTok and Instagram. Folks can find you on LinkedIn as well. But you've been a podcast host. You've written children's books. I mean, you've got such a fun, fulfilled life. Tell me, let's talk about that book for a second, because I was looking through it on Amazon, and it's so cute, it's so fun. Tell us a little bit of the inspiration.
So it's called The Very Contrary Fairy. And it is a book just based on relationships between fathers and daughters,
Mhm.
right? And it's just so sweet. And to sum it up, but you'll have to read it. You got to buy it and read it.
Oh, of
Uh,
course.
it has to buy it, read it. The Very Contrary Fairy. And it is a story about a little girl who doesn't want to clean her room, doesn't want to take a bath, and she's a princess and her dad's a king. She just doesn't want to do any of the steps. So she runs away or she flies away. She gets really tired and she gets lost in the forest. And she's like, oh no, I don't know what to do. Like, I really miss my dad. I wish, I don't know what to do. And of course, there's her dad, like already out searching for her, already looking, like already knew and found her, and they flew back. And he said at the end of the book, he said, it's okay. I used to be a little contrary too. So it's just a really good lesson of for kids to just listen. It's like, okay, we're not trying to take over the world for you here. We want to keep you safe. So please listen.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but it's so cute.
Yeah, yeah. We'll make sure that we get the link to that, as well as all of your other links
Well, I'll
down
tell
in
you
the
a
show
story
notes.
about it. The
Please.
lady that oh gosh, what do you call it? Painted it for us. Uh,
Oh, the illustrator. Yep. Mhm.
illustrated it. Thank you. She's one of our friends in Hawaii,
Oh,
and we came up with the thought for this book. And I sent it to her, and she, during the middle of Hawaii being on fire,
oh,
right? She sent me this book within 24 hours. It inspired me so much. I went ahead and did the whole book in the middle of Hawaii being on fire. She was there for it. She was like,
oh.
"No, this book is so
Wow.
inspiring. Just I've got to do it. I can see it in my head how it's got to look." I had no edits for her. It was her first run, and we took it. It was beautiful.
Amazing, amazing. And that's available on Amazon at the very least. So
Yes,
we'll
it is.
make sure that that's down in the note for your gift giving pleasure for the little person in your life. Um, One of the things that you, speaking of cute things, like books and the little fairies, you've got a couple of dogs as well that are just constantly running around. They look like they're a lot of fun. They're jumping all over the place on your
They are
TikTok
they
too.
are they are everywhere. They never leave me alone. I love them. We sleep together, eat together. They go everywhere with me. One is a toy poodle, and we got him from a breeder. A lot of people don't like breeders, but I've known this lady for years and years, and I'd always wanted a poodle, but I
Yep.
didn't want a big poodle. I wanted a baby poodle, but I didn't want a teacup poodle. So I was like, let me get a toy poodle, about 8.5 pounds. And he is the smartest dog I've ever had in my life. So anybody that doesn't want to be outsmarted by your dog, don't get a poodle because he's very, very, very smart. And then we have our dog Raisin, who sometimes we call Potato. He we got him as a rescue. Um, Unfortunately, somebody decided to breed two breeds that don't belong together. Just
Oh
thought it would
my.
be fun, and a crossbreed between a Chinese crested and a Frenchie.
Mm.
So a dog with breathing issues and a dog with skin and hair issues. And he was like, "What?" Somebody was
Uh,
like, "Let's put these two things together and see how it goes." 5 puppies, three died. And he brought
no,
the other
man.
two into Young Williams Animal Shelter in Knoxville, very well renowned here in the East Tennessee area for taking care of animals. And they said, this dog may or may not make it. This needs to go to somebody who understands hairless dogs, who understands breathing issues, and has the money to possibly care for this dog. And I had a Zolo, which is a Mexican hairless, and she died of old age many, many years ago. And I could not say no to this dog. So we got him. We named him Raisin because he was wrinkly when he got him, but he's a little bigger, and he weighs about a sack of potatoes. So sometimes I call him Potato. Um, but he's such a sweet dog. His personality is unbelievably tender and loving. And yes, we have to scrub him down once a week,
Sure.
and lotion him twice a week and sunscreen him in the summer. But it's worth it. He's such a loving dog. He's a very
Yeah.
loving dog.
Yeah. Part of the family, and having three myself, I understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you have?
We have two Pomskis, uh, probably two dogs that should not be together. Pomeranian Huskies together. They basically look like little Huskies, little miniature Huskies. And then we have an American Eskimo, which is a Spitz,
Oh, wow.
essentially. So a little white, fluffy dog with a curly tail.
Mm.
And yeah, so
Do
they're
you the do the do they have the blue eyes?
the male Pomsky actually has brown eye on the left, and he has a half blue and half brown eye on the right. And the female, she's got two brown eyes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's interesting. They're super cute. They shed a lot. Our houses, our vacuum is going in the background as we speak, right?
I understand. I understand.
Because we have to keep up with all of that. Oh my goodness. So folks, visiting through the Knoxville area, the East Tennessee area, the Smoky Mountains, again, you're in that area. If you should ever consider, moving to that area, you definitely want to reach out to Julia here. She is the person, the go-to person to check out in that area. I always like to end our interviews with a little lightning round. You feel
Ooh,
up to a little lightning round, Julia Hurley?
let's go. Okay.
All right, fantastic. Your favorite? Of course I can't go an episode of Ford Explorer without talking about wine. So your favorite wine?
Currently, I'm a Tempranillo fanatic. Can't get enough of
Oh
it. Don't know what's in it that I need so badly, but my body is, I drink it all the time.
yeah, tea
So
and
good.
Tempranillo. I love
Love it.
that. And that is a wrap on one of my favorite conversations in a while. Julia, thank you so much, genuinely, for your time and the great stories, and making me even more impatient about getting to Australia. You heard her, get to the Great Barrier Reef, get to Tasmania, find the gold mining town, and if you're anywhere near East Tennessee, get yourself to a football game in the fall. Don't leave without hitting the Blackberry Farm or tracking down a table at Old Mafi. Just make sure you plan in advance. Their waiting list is pretty long for book. Thank you so very much. It definitely tells me everything that I need to know about this awesome part of the world. We can get there as well. You can find Julia on TikTok and Instagram, and if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the Knoxville area, she is your person. Just head to the Just Homes group and connect with her. You'll find all of that information down in the show notes. And that's where I'll drop the rest of her links as well. You're going to find very, very cute children's book on there, The Very Contrary Fairy, that's available on Amazon. You'll find that in the links as well, and grab one of those for your little one. And yes, I'm throwing a steak au poivre recipe in the notes as well. So please click on that and check that out. And of course, great Tempranillo. You find one of those in any store, and that will go great with that steak. If you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor, hit subscribe wherever you are listening, leave a review, and if you have a minute, please share this show with someone who needs a little travel nudge, someone who's looking for some wine advice, or maybe a great recipe or two to think about. I would definitely appreciate it. That's how we grow this thing and keep bringing you conversations like this one. You can find everything you need to know about me on my links. Just check out those show notes. I appreciate you being here. Until next time, everyone, get your boots in the dirt, be out there, and keep wandering and wandering. All right. And what is next on the travel agenda for you?
Italy, I leave in 2 weeks. So I'm gone to Italy for nearly a month. Yeah, going on a food tour and a Chianti tour. So I might come home no longer Tempranillo. I might come home wanting Chianti. We'll see what happens.
You know what, Sangiovese, it's one of my favorites, and
Okay.
really excellent. On par with Tempranillo, quite a bit.
I can't
As
wait.
far as color and flavor profiles and things like that, you're absolutely going to love it. Your favorite thing to make for dinner at home?
Steak au poivre, hands down.
Oh,
Oh God, I love an au poivre sauce. When I learned how to first make that, who did I learn that from? I learned that from an Australian chef when I was in Australia. I said, "What is this?" And that's French. So, but it was delicious, and I use that
yeah,
recipe to this day, and I love to make it. It's easy. It is so much easier than people make it look on TV. It's very easy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go check that out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a steak au poivre recipe
Nice.
in the notes as well. So look down for that. All right,
And it goes
one
great with
last.
Tempranillo.
Yeah, that steak and Tempranillo.
There you go.
Go wrong. Yeah, perfect. All right, and one last question. If someone is coming to East Tennessee, besides the things that we've talked about, what is the first stop they should make?
Oh, you got me on that. Oh, yeah. Oh man, you got me. Hang on. I got to answer this. I got to answer this. Well, there's so many things to do here. Well, you got to go to a UT football game. If you're
There we go.
go to a UT football game. Period. That's what you got to do.
All right, go see the Volunteers in action. Julia, thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
really,
you.
really appreciate it. It was a pleasure having
Anytime.
you on.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to hear all about your trip to Australia. You got to fill me in.
Yes, absolutely. We'll talk soon. And that is a wrap on one of my favorite conversations in a while. Julia, thank you so very much for your time. I genuinely appreciate you being here, and thank you for your time and the stories and making, for me, making me even more impatient about getting to Australia. You heard it here. You got to get to the Great Barrier Reef. You need to get to Tasmania, find that little gold mining town, and of course, here in the States, if you're anywhere near East Tennessee, you got to get yourself out to a football game this fall. Don't leave without hitting the Blackberry Farm and go find yourself a table at Mafi. But note to self, call ahead. Do yourself a favor. You can find Julia on TikTok and Instagram. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the Knoxville area, she is your person. You can find all of her information down in the show notes, of course, along with her link to that cute little book, The Very Contrary Fairy, which is available on Amazon. You want to grab that for a little one in your life. And in the show notes, you'll also find a recipe for one of my favorite dishes, steak au poivre, as well. And grab yourself a beautiful bottle of Tempranillo to go along with that. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening, leave me a review, and if you've got a minute, share it with someone who needs a little travel nudge, someone who loves wine, someone who loves food, and that's how we keep this thing going. I really, really appreciate it. You can find all of my links down there as well. Check those out, and until next time, everyone, keep wondering and wandering. Take care. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Pour and Explore. I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your stories or questions. Drop me a message at cheers@thewineguy.vin. That's cheers@thewineguy.vin. Or let's connect on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Grab those links at thewineguy.vin. Until next time, let's keep wondering and wandering. Cheers, everybody.